Hello, I'm Pam,
I'm John.
and we're not done yet.
We're still going.
Yep, Friday Frolics. Been working hard today, and the topic we're going to discuss today is, well, it stems from the fact, I'll start where I started thinking about this, especially a lot. It was the last few days after having been downsizing over and over and over again since 2016. So 10 years. 10
Wow.
years?
All for one downsize?
All this time, no, there have been several of them across those years.
Okay.
And so I've been tackling what I'd like to hope is pretty much the last one, with the exception of photographs, which I'll leave for the people after I go.
Okay.
But, and now I'm just down to memorabilia and a few books in terms of things that are still giving them away things. And so I threw away a lot of pieces of paper. But in the whole action of downsizing over the last 10 years, I've many times stopped to think about, why did I get all this stuff in the first place? And trust me, I still have a lot of stuff. But so that's sort of what I'm talking about. And how could you message to younger people that the meaninglessness of things, most things, and the value of just owning what you need and then using whatever other resources you have, extra money, then extra time, to actually live, to be with people, to have an adventure. So, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you're looking back on it now and saying that
Right.
you wish maybe you wouldn't have been quite so materialistic, maybe. And I don't know, but at the time, and our society does encourage uh, purchases and conspicuous consumption in some ways. There was a book written about that back in the 60s, I think. It might have been the name of it, Conspicuous Consumption. And of course, the advertisers have a lot to do with that. But I think people, at in different age groups, sometimes they want things that maybe when you look back on 40, 50 years later, you wonder, why did I ever waste my money on that? But at the time, it meant something to you to have it. So I don't know if I completely agree with you or not.
Well, I think even if we were to be attempting to convince a younger person that having more stuff wasn't a good idea, how could they not have more stuff when there's so much pressure to consume and to, at different, income levels, to live a life befitting that level of education or that level of, hierarchy in the working world or in the profession of choice?
Yeah, well, it's so easy now too with all these mega stores and operations that you can go on your phones and just with a couple of keystrokes you can buy something. You got your credit card registered with them, and you can just, when you have idle time, you feel like you want to look at what's for sale on certain websites, and you see something and you buy it, and then maybe you have regrets about it an hour later or 10 years later. I don't know, but it's easier now than ever to be a consumer, and you can buy it on credit, of course. And so I don't know what the deal is. I agree. We're probably, a lot of us are too materialistic overall, and maybe should spend our money on more meaningful activities. Maybe activities are more important than stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, I personally think so.
Yeah.
Right? think. Yeah.
Well,
I did read an interesting thing that back in the 1930s, there was a lot of obviously unemployment. And Kellogg, W.K. Kellogg, making cereal in Michigan, Battle Creek, he switched the work day. It was 4-day work week, and it had been 8 hours a day, and he changed it to, with 3 shifts, he changed it to 4 hours, 4 days a week, 6-hour shifts. And so that he could hire more people and give more people jobs and an income. But by 30 years later, the workers voted to go to back to the 8-hour shifts. And the writer that I was reading was implying that it was because really of the way television had influenced consumption. And the thing that I often have thought watching TV ads too is what's being portrayed is accepted as the ideal. And most of the people who watch the ads on TV can't buy that car. They can't get those fancy washing machines. And you're looking at something that you can't have. And then you want it, and you think, if I have that, I'll be like those people on TV.
well, I think that the manufacturers and the marketers, they make it so you can buy it because you can get it with zero down in easy monthly payments for 3 years. At in real small print, you'll see what the interest rate is.
Well, now you can get them like this sofa we're sitting on, this love seat.
Yeah.
I'm still paying for it. I think I have 6 months more to go, but no interest.
No interest.
And I don't understand how the company makes money on that.
Well, they want to sell you more stuff. That's one
Is
way.
that it?
Well, that's one way, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're certainly not going to make as much money at no interest as they would with some interest.
Yeah.
A lot of times they make more money on the interest than they do on the markup on the actual object that you're buying. So
Yeah.
there must be some marketing idea behind that. I'm not sure exactly what it is,
Yeah.
but they're smarter than me. So.
It's all very complicated.
Yeah, it is. It is. I try not to buy. I used to, when I was younger, I bought a lot of things on credit. So I always had a credit bill
Oh, me too.
on my credit cards where I'd pay, hopefully a little more than the minimum payment, but I hardly ever had them paid off. But the interest rates were lower for a while. And then they kept going up and up till like 13-14% on some of them. That really adds up. So I finally saw the light and said, no more. I'm going to really watch my purchases and try and pay for them every month. And I've been doing that pretty well for 10-20 years, I guess. But it's a learning process. Hopefully you don't go bankrupt on the way to the end of the learning.
Right. Well, one thing I would say to younger people about consumption is you love it now, and then someday you're going to be deciding, does this go in the donate, sell, or trash pile? And it sort of eats away, or you realize that what it represents is a piece of your soul, and you're either giving it away or you're throwing it away, and that's sort of angst or anxiety or sadness. I don't know. I'm very confused about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I'm almost at the end of the downsizing.
Part of that's because we're old too.
What part? I mean, how?
Well, that you're getting to Oh, you
yeah.
said you're getting to the end of the downsizing. Well,
Yeah.
you're able to downsize because
I'm getting to the end of my life.
yeah, I think that's the deal, you know.
Spit it out. Yeah,
And
that's the deal.
yeah, so you buy it, you pay for it on deferred payments, and then it's not worth anything when you try to sell it, so you donate it. You don't even get a decent write-off for it when you do that. And but that's kind of the merry-go-round, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So what's our lesson? What are we preaching today?
Well, think before you buy. If you're younger than us, and if you're old like us, it's hard.
Oh, I think in a way, you know, one thing is I always worked very hard, so I never took too many vacations or too much time off, and that's one of the only, I guess, the only disappointment I have is that I didn't have more time to do some traveling, and I hardly ever had even a 2 week vacation, let alone a 3 week vacation. A lot of times they were just long weekends that I took because it always seemed like when I got back from whatever length of vacation that I just had so much work and it was so stressful to try and catch up,
Yeah.
you know, that it was hardly worth it. So, but it's kind of a rat race, and I guess I don't know how to avoid that really.
Well, I definitely think I'm a person who took the vacations, but I worked too hard pretty much every day when I wasn't on a vacation. And I wish I hadn't worked that hard because it added to my stress to be wanting to be good enough, always striving for something. And I wasn't in a field where I made a lot of money. It was all about it was about doing for others, but I still wanted to be the very best doer for others than you could possibly be, no matter how hard I had to work, or how many meetings I went to at night, or how far I drove to do the work. So,
Yeah.
yeah, vacations or no vacations, we worked hard.
I was going to say something, and now
Sorry.
because I'm old, I've forgotten what I was going to say. But I don't know, it's gone.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
Well, you get the last word.
Well, I'm just trying to think of what I was thinking of 3 minutes ago. Um, well, what do you recommend? I mean, you got we're old people. We have any advice? I mean, I don't know what advice you give. I mean, I don't feel that smart that I can give advice really to people. Just set your priorities, you know, and don't wait too long for all those things you really want to do. Because all of a sudden, part of the problem is health problems. You work hard and you save money, and then you're ready to go on. You retire, and then you want to do all these things at once. And you don't realize that, you know, if you work till I worked till I was 68, I guess. Or I was part-time the last 2 years, but, and you think you're going to play golf, you're going to go out to the driving range and hit balls, and, because you're still feeling pretty good at 68. And then all of a sudden at the age of 70, man, you just start crashing, or I did, for one reason or another. And, I had a lot of problem. I almost got hit by a car, and then jumping out of the way of the car, I smashed my head and broke my shoulder. So that was the end of my golfing career, which was not a notable career. Those of you who play golf, I played. I think went out the first time when I was about 14 with some members of the golf team at my high school, and it was sad. I shot about a 160, And then, 30 years, 40 years later, I was still practicing golf and watching videos and taking lessons, and I hardly ever broke 100. I hardly ever got under 100. So, but I had fun. So, and living in Minnesota, the golf seasons, it's pretty short.
Yeah.
So if you get too frustrated, it's going to be over soon.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, anyway, think before you buy. Don't put off the good stuff. And good luck.
Hang in there.
Hang in there.
All right. I wish we had some more sage advice, but
Yeah.
we're pretty happy right now.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
having a good time.
Right.
We don't have to do much.
Mm-mm.
We're retired. We can live not a great. I mean, we're not traveling all over the world. Right now. In fact, we're not traveling at all.
Right. But we are trying new
But
things.
we're going to some nice restaurants
And videotaping things.
Yeah.
And painting and doing.
Yeah.
He's learning pool.
I have a lot of cable channels I watch too. So
Oh, yeah. International.
subscribe to cables.
Dramas
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
We're having a good life.
We were lucky.
Despite the fact that we fell into the trap of
Consumerism.
Anyway, here's the 1,300 thread count sheets. How
Wow.
did they ever sell us on that?
I don't even know
Anyway,
that
we
about
better
that.
say goodnight, John.
Yeah. Good night,
Good night,
John.
John.
Good night, everybody.